Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode. Behind me we have the most annoying thing in Minecraft. He's right there. He's right here. Why does he exist? Why? Why do you exist? You never have good trades, almost never. You're gonna nearly kill your animals, poor little things. Anyway, today is actually an exciting day because now that the trenches are done, all we have to do is kind of clean up the small things we left behind, but we are going to be actually working on the World Eater today. We're going to get it set up and possibly even have it run. So for those of you that don't know where the World Eater is and how it works, I'll show you. So this is the World Eater. This is ilmango's 1.13 World Eater. And this is a 100 by 100 area, I believe. Or maybe it's even smaller. But this is just an example area to show it off. So I actually removed the first flying machine and I made this trench wider. It's actually by default only 3 wide. And the reason is, as you recall, ours is now 9 wide. It has a tendency of sometimes damaging this pillar here, which damages the return of these flying machines. So the way it works is the TNT flying machines go across the land. They blow up a single layer. Behind them, water sweepers and lava sweepers go across and remove any liquids. And then it goes ahead and pushes everything down 1 layer and moves back. And then again, it goes down 1 layer, it goes out again, down 1 layer, goes back. So it keeps removing everything 1 layer at a time, back and forth. And then the only way it stops is through this redstone block. If it's there, it stops. If it's not, it keeps going. Or if it hits bedrock or obsidian or spawners. So that's why we need to be very careful about removing obsidian and spawners in our perimeter to make sure that it doesn't break along the way. But to show you how it works, if I go ahead and remove this, you'll see the whole thing kind of moved down a level, and then immediately the flying machine go out, and you see they're kind of flying through there, and then a moment after, the sweepers go in. Now, they're kind of going to be blinking in and out of existence, and that's just a visual glitch. I actually removed the particles from the explosions for a little better optimization in performance. But as soon as these get to the end, they will dock and stop dropping the TNT. The flying machines then will go ahead and make it all the way to the end. And as soon as they're docked again, these flying machines will set out again back. So let's watch. So here they come. They're docking. And look at that. TNT machines have gone out again. Again, it's removing, look at that, a single layer. Of course, depending on where the TNT drops, it might remove more than a layer, but it is meant for a single layer. Anything extra, of course, is, well, extra. And if you're wondering what's going on here, why are these all left over? They're not. They're just ghosts. They're actually all successfully moving back. And if I want to stop this, I place this back. And now, when the TNT machines come back, and when the sweepers come back, these machines will no longer go out again. So as you can see, it has removed the layers, and you saw it's just removing the water that's there. And there you go. All that water is now gone, and I don't need to worry about it, which is why I haven't cleared out the center area of lava and water. So this is what we're going to be doing at full scale. Speaking of full scale, this right here is the full-sized 300 wide by 350 long setup. So there's, I believe, 48 flying machines here and sweepers on the bottom. And this is, I measured out, this is our perimeter. Everything fits in quite nicely. But this is where we're going to be building and getting all of our supplies for this episode. And the big one is going to be probably the slime. We're probably going to have to, or I'm going to have to AFK a bit to get more slime. I don't think I have this much slime. In fact, I need 42 stacks of slime blocks for this monstrosity. So that's the TNT, and this was a return station. But in my estimation, once it's up and running, it'll take like only a few hours, 4 or 5 hours probably, to clear out the entire perimeter, which is pretty insane. But with this kind of shown off, and so you know what's going to happen, let's go ahead and see the materials we have right now and what materials we still need to gather. So combined with the slime balls that I picked up from the farm just now, we don't even have a third. We need roughly a chest and 2/3, a little over chest and a half of slime blocks. So we're going to need to AFK that for sure. But first, let's focus on some other things, like 9 stacks of observers and 2. I am extremely lucky that we have 9 stacks of quartz right now. I was ready to go on a mining expedition, actually. Guess we don't need to. But we do need to get a lot of redstone right now. So we're actually going to take our redstone ore shulker box here, and we're gonna go ahead and convert it all into ore. Let's see how much redstone blocks we're going to get from this. That's kind of an impressive amount of redstone just solidified. A little annoyed we couldn't get one more, though, to make this nice and even. Oh well, let's see how much we get. And in total, we got a bit over 8 stacks of redstone blocks, which is plenty for this project, thankfully. I was a bit concerned. If anything, we do have a bit saved up still, but look at that. That's all we had before. And now... oh, so good. Oh yeah, speaking of things I had saved up before, I had 37 diamond ore and 23 diamonds before this... before that. So, we'll see how much diamonds we're gonna have by the end of this project. Observers, 9 stacks, plus a little extra. Check. Next up, pistons. Lots of pistons. 2 rows of pistons all accounted for. We actually ran out of cobblestone pretty much. This is all the cobblestone we have left. Plus a little bit down here in the hoppers. That's surprising. We're going to need to make a cobble gen at some point soon. But at least not yet. Not yet. Oh yeah, we can also move over 5 stacks of redstone blocks. Do I have enough? Ooh. I need 5 stacks, 14 of redstone blocks. Do I have enough redstone blocks left from this crafting process? 5 stacks, 22. We got enough. Oh. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, we got enough redstone blocks. Glazed terracotta next. But gray glazed terracottas, check. We need sand, cobble walls, and coral fans. Oh, we're going to probably get some coral fans, actually. I think that's enough corals. If anything, I have a few more in the storage system, but we should be good. Just need a few more things. And there we go. We got everything that was left. Detector rails, iron trap door, stained glass, TNT for the flying machines. A lot of slime blocks. Had to AFK quite a bit for that, but we did get it. And I brought 4 stacks of iron ingots. And actually, I'm going to go ahead and put in the crafting table right in there, because these are going to be the ones for the minecarts, which we're going to need. So with that, let's go ahead and just pick up all of these guys. And now we have everything we need to start constructing the awesome, awesome World Eater after bed. Now that the beacons have all been removed, flying machines cleared, let's go ahead and start constructing the actual World Eater. And we'll probably need to chop down these trees a little bit. Look at that. The return side has been completed. So this side, I think, is a little less complicated because it's effectively the same thing as on the other side, but this side doesn't have the actual water removals or the flying machines. So the other side might take a little bit longer, but half of it's done. That is pretty darn awesome. So before we start the other side, I'm going to go ahead and remove some of these trees that are in the way and clear it out. We're also going to need to remember to remove this portal once it's ready to run. Okay, I think we got them all. There's a little bit here and there that's still deteriorating for the leaves, but I think we got all the trees we needed to. This guy... No, this guy's still too tall. There you go. Now we got all the trees we needed. Cool. With that deteriorating now, let's go ahead and build the other side. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is done. It has been built. It has not been tested. We are going to test this for the first time. The flying machines are in. The water sweepers are in. Everything has been cleared out that needs to be cleared out. We pretty much cleared out up to the height of the witch hut. So in the first pass, what we should see is it go out and come back successfully with nothing breaking. That is the hope. Is it going to happen like that? I sure hope so. So with that, let's go ahead and get in a position. I'm just going to come over here. Pillar up to this redstone block that controls the start and stop mechanism. Most likely it's actually going to fall into the caves or the area down below, so I'm going to get another one ready. Okay. Moment of truth time. Here we go. Oh, it's off. It's loud. Oh my god, that was first bang. Okay. But it's off. Obviously, that's ghosting happening. And most likely we'll not be able to do a actual time lapse of this thing. I would love to, but look at all that ghosting. So here it goes. And in a moment, it's gonna hopefully reach the end there and successfully start coming back. Look at that TNT just dropping from pretty much nothing. And as it's actually, so those over there, what's happening there is it's just going out of render distance of the entities. But I've done a test. Me being kind of in this location is enough render distance for everything to work correctly. So nothing should break as we continue. And actually, if I zoom, yeah, I could kind of see the flying machines all still flying along. Of course, the TNT is no longer being rendered, but Oh, so far so good. This is the worry part. Whether or not they will successfully all dock and all come back, including the water sweepers. Oh, I'm going to actually place this redstone block back to disable it from going out again once it returns. If it docks successfully back, we know it's going to be a successful expedition. But the fact that they've docked is a very good... Oh, it just moved down a slice. And they're back off. They're coming back. They're coming back. Oh my god. And I think the water sweepers are probably going to go out again. Oh, here they come back. They're coming back. It's working. I would fly out, but we're going to see the destruction of it in just a moment. I just don't want to kind of mess with my locations and possibly mess with things unloading. It shouldn't. I'll just only get closer to it, but why take chances at this point? And here comes the sound. Thankfully, it's now been lowered so that your drums won't be blown out. And it should dock. And it stopped. Flying machines are coming in. Flying machines are coming in. And they have stopped. Volume back up. Let's take a look. First of all, let's take a look at this. I'm just going to go all the way to the end here and make sure that all the minecarts are still in. Everything, yep, everything seems to be in order. All the minecarts made it back. Except one. And I see the problem. No! We gotta do it again. Okay, well, guys, one more try. I went ahead and moved my AFK spot a little closer here just for convenience. There was a TNT missing on that last flying machine. I don't think that would cause issues, though. I can't imagine why having the TNT and not having the TNT would affect that. But the other thing I was thinking is maybe it was my render distance. But I don't think it was, because from my testing, this should work. So let's go ahead and remove this guy. And there it goes down. Need to be careful here, because... Yep. It's going to push me off if I'm not careful. And let's hope that this returns correctly this time. Well, I flew out, and that last one hasn't continued flying, so maybe the fact that it was missing that TNT piece actually was somehow the reason it kept going. Surprisingly. Oh, I am out of rockets. That's probably not a good idea. Oh boy. Let's try to get back on our little pillar here and hope that everything returns successfully. Okay, here it is coming back. Hopefully, with a successful run, I've gone ahead and stopped it so we can take a look. It's hard to tell from here. We need to wait for it to fully finish. Okay, so go ahead and dock. Make sure to dock successfully. To watch my head of this thing. Okay. Let's take a look. So, are all of these back? Yes, sirree. That one was missing a TNT and somehow didn't return. And let me just make sure that everything here looks in order. And the fact that it returned and docked successfully most likely means that yes, it did. And look at that. Look at that. Oh, look at that destruction. Oh my goodness. Well, guys, it's been about an hour, so this is the progress of an hour. And check it out. Look at this. Now, the time lapse is a little weird for this, because as you might have noticed, the corners almost seem like they're not going down at all. And that's because the camera count is up in the air and it loads kind of in a sphere around it. And because this area is just so massive, it actually doesn't really update the corners as a priority. So that's why those look a little weird. But look at this. Look how well it's done so far. And honestly, it did hit a snafu, and it actually hit snafu right at the end of that time lapse. In fact, this current stage is not the time lapse you just saw. I had to run it a second time. And the reason is, if you recall, there was a ship here. Here, or was it here? In one of these locations, there was a sunken ship, as I learned, and I couldn't figure out why it was breaking there. And then I figured it out. Waterlogged blocks. It waterlogged, and see there, yeah, it was here. Here's some of the stuff that was left over. This is a buried map. Oh, that's actually pretty close. You can go and pick it up. That actually looks pretty cool with how it's cleared out. But yeah, waterlogged blocks are blast proof, which means the stairs that make up the ship, the fences, nothing would get blown up by the TNT. So that is one thing that you need to go in and actually remove, as well as the trenches. And of course, I believe that was introduced after this was designed, so it makes sense that it wasn't kind of mentioned and then people didn't think of it. But yeah, look at that. That is so good. One other thing, these walls did get broken. These did not. But I'm thinking of actually leaving it with the walls down potentially, and just having the water flow. Just like it is, all the way down. But the damage isn't that high, so it's very easy to repair. So I'll think about which one I want to do. But look at that. Even the top of this thing has already started to be removed. And I think it's doing about, what is this, Y53? Yeah, it's doing well. So with that, let's go ahead and get this going for the next little bit until we hit, let's say, Y20. And then we can go ahead and start going a little slower as we search for diamonds and obsidian. Okay, guys, look at this progress. Oh, look at that. That is really cool. There's also a really cool cave kind of here. Look at that. Yeah. Some slime spawning, because we're already at, I believe, level 42 or something like that. Let's see, how far have we gotten so far? 38. Yeah. Oh, 38. That is pretty good. One thing I want to note as we're getting lower into this and finishing these water areas is I had to remove all the kelp. What was happening, and I couldn't figure out, again, another issue, but, you know, you live and learn. The kelp, if it grew at a specific moment, it could break the machine. Because if it grows as the sweepers are going across, it wouldn't clear the water, which means it would protect the next layer of blocks, which means it'll slightly break. If you catch it immediately, you can go ahead and make these all return as normal, but that is something to keep in mind. So waterlogged blocks and kelp need to be cleared out for this to run smoothly and efficiently, and of course obsidian as you find it. some good old casual creeper hunting for some gunpowder since my rockets are almost out. Shush you. Shush. I have more important things to do than you. Namely that. And a little bit of that, but mostly that. Oh yeah. We got some diamonds. And now we have to work for the diamonds. We're clearing this lava. I mean obsidian. God, the dangers of actually going out diamond hunting as you're clearing out the layers is kind of high if you time it where it's just been night. Oh my god. Okay, let's go find some more diamonds. You know, I know I said I wanted creepers for gunpowder, but what the hell? What? No, no, no. You are not the priority here. Why are they here? What? Why are they here? They're not attacking me, but why are they here? Ladies and gentlemen, the perimeter has been completed. There are a few little blocks here and there I still need to clear out between the bedrock, but otherwise, it's done. 300 by 350, all done. And look at this. You can really see kind of where the ocean was. Ravine there, big ravine there, mini one there. I mean, there's one nice cave area here. I'm keeping these walls. These walls are going to be great. But the main reason for this was, of course, to create the quad witch hut. So if we turn on our despawn spheres, let's see if you can see where the... Yep, there's a witch hut right there. One right there. So we still know all the locations of all the things. So we're going to go ahead and start prepping and seeing what we need to actually construct the quad witch hut. But this place is done. Also, I actually wanted to do something real quick for you guys, because I play on a 32 render distance, and I wanted to kind of show you how big this looks when you play at the default 12 render distance. So this is at 32. If I change my render distance, or 31 actually, ooh. I'm talking a big game. I was one render distance below, but this is the default 12 render distance. And this is the size of the perimeter. Oh boy. But yeah, it's pretty much all done. Hope you guys enjoyed the building of it, the running of it, and everything. We're gonna go ahead and get started on figuring out what we need for the quad witch hut next. If you'd like, let me know what you want this bottom to be. 300 by 350 pixels. It's a canvas for you. With that, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!